Howdy ho there! I'm going to tell you a story. Ready? Once upon a time, 2 days ago, I was trying to find a new ringtone. I was going through songs and realized that we just don't have music like we used to. Then I realized that there are actually a lot of things that we don't have now that were popular before. So I'm going to take on the task of sharing some of those with you. Cut to a lot of reasons why the 90s was awesome, and try to do it as fast as possible while hopefully leaving nothing major out. Here we go! Intro screen. Fashion. Now, 90s fashion was a thing on its own, but for the sake of the length of this video, I'm going to kind of skip over a lot of the 90s fashion things, and I'm going to jump into a few accessories that we had that were pretty stellar. First of all, we had these butterfly clips. Now, these things were fabulous, but rest in peace to our feet when we inevitably stepped on one. We had stick-on earrings. Now, those just explain themselves. Stick-on earrings. Kind of weird, they never stayed on, but they were great. Scrunchies! This magical invention of an elastic and excess fabric was a wonderful invention that we used a lot through the 90s, and it was even used in the 80s. Now, I would be lying if I didn't tell you that I still have one of these. They are wonderful inventions that I still use to this day because they are great. However, if you may notice, my hair is a little short at the moment, so it doesn't always work properly. Now, the 90s was a great era for toys. We had things like Tamagotchis, and when you'd go away, trying to find somebody to watch your Tamagotchi was like a detective interviewing a suspect. Okay, Jimmy. Where do you see yourself in 2 weeks? We had light-up yo-yos. They were lit because they lit up. We also had Skip-Its. Now, these things were great, but rest in peace, our ankles. Our ridiculous games of MASH. My husband will be Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We will live on Mars. We will have 7 kids. We will have a glitter Ferrari. And I'll be a superstar unicorn tamer. Silly Putty. It was like the fidget spinner of the 90s. Plus, I mean, you can make it fart. And who could forget the super cool, super stylish slap bracelets? Those things were awesome! Before teachers got mad at you for being cool and told you not to use them in class. Things that made school better. We had gel pens when they worked. I mean, Lisa Frank, anything. The multicolored pens that you try to use all the colors at once, even though it's actually physically impossible, but for some reason we all thought that we could do it. Push pencils, even though they lasted all of one day before one of the pieces went missing. The Mr. Sanford Mr. Sketch scented markers. This was the only brand that you could get. It was the one and only, and they were delightful. 90s book covers. 90s book covers that you could decorate with your gel pens, your Mr. Sketch scented markers, or your Lisa Frank stickers. And yes, I still have some. For small, medium, and large books. Sadly, they are all without Lisa Frank stickers. No computer class was complete without Kid Pigs! And speaking of computers, we had computers that looked like that. I mean, really. They had colors on them, and the mouse was a circle. Come on, how can you compete? Really, you can't. Any lunch that involved Dunkaroos. The icing had sprinkles in it. That's the only way to a balanced lunch. Duh. And I mean the one, the only, most important thing about grade school was this. Bill Nye the Science Guy! Right?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I mean, when that teacher rolled in that TV
Science rules.
and put the Bill Nye VHS in the VCR player. We all knew that we were in for a treat.
T-minus 7 seconds.
And it was gonna be fabulous.
Bill Nye Nye the Science Guy.
We had cool people around like Bob Saget. We had cool lamps that doubled as CD racks. We had cool color combos. We had cool patterns. And we had cool dances like the Macarena. Now here's where it gets tricky. Movies. Because there were so many good movies in the 90s, and trying not to miss one, but here are some. Titanic, Home Alone, Space Jam, Jurassic Park, Forrest Gump, Mrs. Doubtfire, Men in Black, Mission Impossible, Free Willy, Fight Club, Pretty Woman, and Friday. Damn! Disney Renaissance was magic, even though technically it started a year before the 90s, with Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Tarzan, and Mulan. Now music, and this one is even harder. Ready? Here it goes.
To all the ladies in the place, living the vida loca. Jump around.
Think I haven't been through the same predicament.
Oh yeah, take it down. Girl, I must.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go.
Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West.
Say my name, say my name.
It don't matter if you're black or white.
Losing my religion.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
Killing me softly with this song.
When my new joint hit, just can't sit. Gotta get jiggy with it, that's it.
You have no clue of what me and my homie Snoop Dogg came to do.
There's nothing I feel.
No diggity, I thought to bag it up. Cause I want it that way.
Now we have things like
Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna
open your mouth. Okay, last but not least, we have 90s television, and I think we can all agree it can be summed up pretty nicely like this. Yes, kids, we had to look up when our favorite show was playing in a book that we bought at the store. And what did we use that book for? You can't resist finishing in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Of course I can. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, and on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, relaxing, and acting all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with the auntie and uncle in Bel-Aire." I was for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate was fresh and had dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say this cab was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it. Yo, home to Bel-Aire! I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cabbie, "Yo ho, smell you later." I looked in my kingdom, and I was finally there to sit on my throne as Prince of Bel-Aire. Whew. Okay, we did it. Yes. Now do you see why the 90s was so great? Yeah, I went with an 80s ringtone. More on that decade later.
Their eyes, their words are really clear, so beat it, just beat it. You